Hey guys, it's me, Halloween Dan, doing a really quick video today where I'm just going to go over the last few bits and bobs I've not had a chance to really properly look at and react to with you guys from Home Depot. You'll have probably by now seen I've already done 2 reviews to Home Depot. The first one with the big sort of body blow items like the big witch and the big phantom guy. And then I did another one with my kids the other day where we just kind of looked at some of the others that I was kind of interested in. But there's plenty left to look at, and to be honest, I've seen most of it. So this isn't going to be so much as a reaction as it is more of a review and just kind of going over them and what my thoughts on these things are. So join me while I do that. So like I said in the intro, there was loads and loads of Home Depot props. They brought out so many absolutely awesome things. And I've really just kind of concentrated on the ones that I wanted to see the most. But I know there's loads more left to go through. People have been messaging me, there's loads more, you know, some people have even shown me things they've bought, which I haven't gone over yet. So I really wanted to get into the last few one of these, because at some point I'm planning to do another video where I'm going to talk about maybe my top 10 US exclusive props. Props that I won't see here in the UK, at least not this year, but that have tickled my fancy and that I would certainly be interested in if they ever did come to the UK. But for now, let's just get into reviewing these last few animatronics. And the one I'm going to start with is the 8-foot animated Smouldering Reaper of Souls. Now, in the initial leaked videos, where we all kind of saw the pictures of these props, this guy did look pretty awesome. Now, in honesty, I thought he was a 6-foot prop. Obviously not, 8-foot prop. That's a big thumbs up from me alone. Now, many people had kind of said, this is just the same Reaper that they brought out in 2021. They've just updated the costume. All they've done is give him a red outfit, a red robe and hood instead of a black one. But to be entirely honest with you guys, that is amazing. That red cloak makes this prop. The glowing chest, the huge scythe with the kind of skull detailing on the end of the scythe, that is really cool. He is a cool, really awesome prop. He's got great movement. I'm not sure if he's got servo motors, but he's certainly moving his head an awful lot in the clip that Home Depot put out. He's got some really awesome lines too. I just don't think you can go wrong with that prop. I really like it. Again, he would be very high up on my list of wants if he ever came to the UK. The next prop is not one that I'm really that fussed on, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because it's out there, which is the 3-foot animated pumpkin twins. Now, they look okay. They're kind of cute and kind of cool, and they've got some pretty cool lines. There's obviously a boy pumpkin and a girl pumpkin, and okay, so they're kind of cutesy, and they're about 3 foot high, and they, you know, I suppose they're kind of supposed to look a little bit ominous at the same time as looking a little bit cute. And if you're on the more family-friendly side of a haunt, these guys would go in great. But as I've said a million times by now, the bigger the better with me. If you're going to spend money on animatronics, I just always are automatically drawn to the bigger props nowadays. Don't get me wrong, these little guys are pretty cool, and I've got lots of smaller animatronics myself. But I just don't think it would be something I'd be investing in right now. And with the lineup that Home Depot have got, I just don't know how popular these guys would be. They certainly wouldn't be on my list, put it that way. But I can appreciate them anyway. They're still pretty cool. Next, we've got the animated Cauldron Witches. Now, Cauldron Witches, there's a million of the things. I've only recently done a review of the Cauldron Witches that are coming to Costco in the UK. And they are pretty much identical to these. In fact, they might even be the same witches. They're stirring a cauldron with a bone. They're cackling and talking to one another about what they're putting in there, making a potion, making a brew. It's what Cauldron Witches are supposed to look like and what they're supposed to do. But again, as I said in my last video and in lots of other videos, I'm not sure which props are really very high up on my list right now. Plus, The whole Cauldron Witch thing has kind of been done. We've seen it many times before. So these are not exactly the most original pieces in the world. Next, we're going to talk about the life-sized animated Oogie Boogie prop, which I have to say, I'm a big fan of Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that movie. And I do enjoy seeing the sort of Nightmare Before Christmas props. But I've never bought one, nor really would I, because then I'd feel like I'd have to theme my horn, or at least a section of my horn, specifically to that in general. And that's not something I'm looking to do right now. Plus, if I'm entirely honest with you, though I like an Oogie Boogie, this Oogie Boogie is kind of, I don't know, I kind of thought when the initial pictures were leaked, it showed him properly lit, like fully almost glowing green within, and I kind of thought, that's kind of awesome, I kind of like that. But the actual video that Home Depot released, he's only very minorly glowing. It's kind of more in his feet and in his arms. His central section is not really glowing at all. And he starts singing, you know, the Oogie Boogie song for the I'm a gambling boogeyman and all that sort of stuff, which is great if you're really, 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 really into Nightmare Before Christmas, or if you've got a yard horn that's got tons of space and you can dedicate an entire corner of it to Nightmare Before Christmas. If that's not the case, I don't really know where this guy's going to fit into your horn, because he's kind of generic, kind of ordinary. And I like it because I like The Nightmare Before Christmas, but I think that's the only reason I really like it, to be honest. Next, we've got the prop that I thought I was going to be least excited about, but actually I kind of like the look. And that, surprisingly, is Teary the Clown. Now, I famously, well not famously, but I don't really like clown props. I've said it many, many times. They're not my thing. Don't get it. But this clown prop, I kind of like the look. It's taking a slightly different avenue of the clown genre, and he's kind of almost like, he's kind of dressed up almost like a romantic clown almost. Violets are blue and roses are red and all that kind of stuff, that crap little rhyme. But he's doing that, and it's kind of a different kind of edge. His look is kind of very spooky too. I kind of like the look. He's got kind of like bony fingers and he's got this mask. In the original picture, he looked a little bit more like V from V for Vendetta, which is why I kind of was drawn to it and kind of liked it. But I can still kind of like this guy. But once again, I won't be buying him anytime soon because I don't like clowns. Next, we've got the animated Faceless Scarecrow. Now, this guy is weird. I don't know what to make of him, to be quite honest with you, because the animation is him moving his arms downwards very, very quickly, like a rapid kind of movement. Like he's kind of trying to lunge forward and grab you kind of a movement, but instead of lunging out that way, he lunges downwards. It's kind of a weird movement. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. I think it's very, very simplistic. He's not doing an awful lot. He's got this kind of light up, glowing head and then this animatronic movement. It's cool, I suppose, but if I'm honest, I prefer the Scarecrow that Spirit Halloween have brought out, which is unusual because so far most of what Spirit have brought out this year, I've been kind of on the fence about, and most of what I've liked has been from Home Depot instead. This is probably the one prop that I actually prefer Spirit's version to theirs, but you know, each to their own. The last prop or props I want to talk about are the Spirit Twins pair. Now, out of the whole bunch, these are probably the least animatronic. They aren't really doing an awful lot apart from lighting up and with their arms outstretched. One of my YouTube friends, Haunt at the Roxbury, actually bought this prop and did a little video of him putting it together and showing it off. And I have to say, they do look really cool in real life, and I really quite like them. Plus, from what I gather, these guys, it's kind of like 2 for 1. You get 2 props, so the twins, obviously, for $100, I think it is, something like that, which is an absolute steal, I think. Yes, they don't do a lot apart from light up and make some spooky noises, but if you've got a graveyard horn or anything slightly cemetery or anything to do with ghosts, these guys would look great. I really, really like them in that respect. And I have to say, I probably would be tempted by these because they're not that expensive. And although they're not doing loads, what they are doing is looking spooky and ethereal. And that's the kind of vibe I go for above almost anything else, to be quite honest with you. So I give them a big thumbs up. Anyway guys, that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I just really wanted to run through those last few animatronics. I know there's probably more. I know there's a smaller Oogie Boogie prop, and there's probably something else I've missed because Home Depot have just absolutely smashed it this year and brought out so many amazing props. But these are the ones that I've just been able to see and been able to access. I've been thinking and talking about these props for ages now, and the saddest part is I have not a hope in hell of getting any of these anytime soon. So it is quite sad, but I enjoy looking at these things. I really enjoy doing it. It's kind of what got me into animatronics and props and Halloween stuff in the first place, was seeing what you guys in America and Canada and wherever else get to buy and get to put out on your lawns or in your homes or whatever. That kind of is part of what drew me into this world a little bit. So I can't complain about it too much. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Keep it spooky. Bye.